There's no safe parent when you have one parent that is an abuser. So many times we often think that there's the abusive parent and then there's the good parent, the one that you can go to for safety and you can vent about, the parent that's abusing you. So let's break this down. Let's think about it. Let's say the dad is abusive and the mom is not abusive, right? So every day your dad comes home from work, he's throwing things, he's verbally abusing you, he might even be physically abusing you, and then you run to your mom to cry. And you think, oh, mom, she's the good parent. Now, before I say what I'm about to say, I understand that it takes women an average of 7 times to leave an abusive situation. I am a survivor who left with 2 kids that were, at the time, under the age of 3 years old and no money, and I went to a domestic abuse shelter. Yes, I understand that once a woman does leave an abusive situation, her chances of being harmed or killed by her abuser shoot up significantly. You're preaching to the choir. I hear you. I get it. I know. Now, with that being said, in a situation like that, there is no good parent, because the good parent, if they were really good, would not allow their child to be subjected to that kind of abuse. The good parent, if they were really good, would make a plan to leave safely. The good parent, if they were good, would not have to be that refuge for you when you want to run to them and cry. They would just remove you from the situation that was making you cry in the first place. Are y'all following me? The amount of adults who have shared with me that they not only don't speak to the parent that abused them, but they also don't speak to the parent who stayed. What I need people to realize, if you're in an abusive situation, as you're deciding whether to leave or whether to stay, your child can't just pack up and leave and start a new life on their own. They are depending on you to advocate for them and to protect them and to remove them from dangerous situations. As parents, we talk a lot about what we would do if there was some other kid on the playground bullying our kids, what we would do if a teacher was bullying our kids. We would go to school, we would cuss this person out, we would say this, we would say that, but we will stay in a household where the child is getting bullied by the other parent. One of the reasons I left my abusive ex-husband in 2008, of course for me, but most importantly, I did not want my children seeing their mom be harmed repeatedly, because I also eventually knew that it would turn on to them as well. That good parent who is still married to your abuser and in the same household as your abuser is not really the good parent. They're an enabler. It's like, yeah, mom, dad just smacked me around in the kitchen because his dinner wasn't made on time. And you just let him smack me around in the kitchen. As parents, our job is to protect our children. End of story. We talk a big game about what we would do if strangers harmed our children, but the monster that we're sleeping next to is somehow the exception to the rule. This is why I'm so passionate about getting rid of this rom-com idea of love and romance that women have. We are so obsessed with romance and love and relationships, and we have to have one by any means necessary, even if it means putting ourselves in danger, even if it means putting our kids in danger. Love and relationships and marriage is the most important thing. And you know what? Those things are fine if you really want them, as long as you are going about it in a healthy way, as long as you're not obsessed with it, and as long as you're not putting people in danger, especially your children, to get it.